If you ever needed a support unit, she's there for you. You need someone who can also deal some damage, she's got you covered. But if you also need a really nice commission made for you for your next Twitter avatar, sorry, X, she's there. Zhezhi is just released, and although she provides some really good support, is she really worth pulling for? But before we start, I am sorry, but I have sinned. I have mispronounced her name this entire video, and I didn't realize until right now. It is Zhezhi. I'm still butchering it. I am so sorry. But first, let's talk about her gameplay, and we're gonna dumbify it because I'm a dummy and I don't like long words. So basically, the way she plays is you want to use your basic attack until you fill up the forte gauge, and once you're able to build up the forte gauge, you want to use your skill, your E, to activate a bunch of 3 bubbles flying around. They look fun. Now, if you actually want to build up the forte gauge, you can either do your normal attacks until it builds up like normal, or if you use an intro skill, aka you have someone else out and then you switch to Zhezhi and she does all those cool attacks and whatnot, that can actually build up 2 of her forte gauge if you want to build that up pretty fast. And basically, you want to spam your skills so you can start attacking with Zhezhi. That's basically all she has really for her. If you want, you can also spice it up with her skill. After you press your skill once, then you can press your normal attack and then press your skill again, your normal attack, until you fill up the entire forte gauge. As for her ultimate, aka her Resonance Liberation, it's kind of like a sub DPS, so you can switch out with her while that's activated, and you see a bunch of these ice birds, glacial birds, kind of attacking the enemy as you're doing your normal attacks with any other character or Zhezhi if you want. But what also makes her great to be a sub DPS type of unit is because when you use her outro skill, aka when you sub her out and another character comes out, she can amplify the glacial damage by 20% for that resonator. And also, if they're not a glacial unit, you can also build up that resonant skill damage by 25% for 14 seconds, which basically just means you're dealing more damage with the character that deals damage with their skill, you know,
Zhezhi.
But as you level her, you'll actually have another ability where when you use your outro skill, not only do you get those buffs, but you can also restore 15 resonance energy for that incoming resonator, aka you build up their ultimate, the Resonance Liberation, and you boom boom big damage, yay. So as you use her Resonance Liberation, they summon like the Inklet Spirit, you know, the little birds. It can come up to 21 times, and every second it deals damage, so it does some pretty nice damage, considered to be basic attack damage. Now when it comes to actually getting duplicates of her, they all seem pretty nice to make Zhezhi a little bit strong, but what really enticed me was her 4th limit break, where if you actually use her Resonance Liberation, it'll bring up the attack of your team by 20% for 30 seconds, making her even a good buffer for your team if you need a buffer. But obviously you need that good money to get that. And of course, if you get the character, you should get their weapon, because it's guaranteed if you get the weapon. But it basically just makes her a bit stronger. It gives crit damage, which is a pretty nice substat to have to make her strong. But also it gives a bunch of buffs, like giving attack buff or basic attack damage bonus that could stack up multiple times. And after you use your outro skill, it takes all of those stacks and then gives Zhezhi 52, or whoever you give to, 52% basic attack damage bonus for 27 seconds. And even if she's off field, the effect is still there until the duration of the time. So now for my thoughts, do I think she's actually a unit that you should pull for? Like, should you guarantee try to get her? Or even in the future, if you do get her, is she good? What type of team comps and whatnot? If you have another main DPS where they main mostly their skills to deal damage, even the Resonance Liberation that can deal damage, but if it's a character that can do some nice skill damage, then she is a good person to have on your team as well. And it's especially a big bonus if they are a glacial unit, then you're just gonna deal even more damage for that main DPS, while Zhezhi could be like a sub DPS after you use her Resonance Liberation. That's a mouthful to say. But I do like the buffs that she provides, and it doesn't even have to be a glacial unit. But as you level her, I also like how if you use the outro skill, she can give the other resonator more energy so they can do their Resonance Liberation even faster. And birds go burr. So in that case, I do think she'll be a good unit to have. But is she a guarantee you must have? I don't think so, but she is nice to have. I don't think she's game breaking, so I I don't think you have to pull on her if you can't afford it. You can actually afford to skip out on her, but she is pretty nice to have now or in the future. Currently, as this video is up, there's not that many great Glacial units besides the 4-star Sanhua. So in this current state of time as I make this video, right now she's not super needed unless you have Zhezhi, but in the future as more characters come out, she is nice to have, and nice, not you need to have her. I think she deals some pretty nice damage. It's not gonna be like the amazing damage like Zhezhi or someone, but she does deal some pretty nice damage to have as your little sidekick. Her gameplay is actually really simple to learn and to use, so it doesn't take a lot of brain power to learn how to use her. She's pretty fast too to build up the Forte gauge. It doesn't take forever, so she's a in and out type of person, you know, in and out burgers. Pretty nice. She also just looks like a very nice character, but you know what else is nice? If you hit that subscribe and like button if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all again in the next video. Goodbye.